OG is back at it. What's up, you guys? This is another story time with your one and only OG. So, I'm gonna talk about a fun situation. Well, I thought it was a fun situation, and I thought it was humorous after the fact of what happened. So, me and a group of friends, not even a group, me and two other friends of mine, we got bored one night. Maybe a Friday, it could have been a Saturday. We got bored. We just got bored one night. It was close to the weekend. We were trying to figure out what we were gonna do. We tried to plan out what we were gonna do, and we completely didn't. We just flopped on making a plan, and we just went to hang out. And one of these other friends invited their friend. I'm referring to girls, these two girls, and one girl invited another male friend. So it's 4 of us total, but we had to drive. And I won't stress this enough. We drove for almost 2.5 hours to find this guy. In my head, I'm like, what? Why are we driving 2.5 hours to go get this dude? Being that, like, when I thought about this, I'm like, we're actually going to, excuse me. I thought we were actually going to like another town or something. Like somewhere outside of like Concord or Kannapolis or like Rockwell, stuff like that. We were over by the Coliseum. Not even the Coliseum, we was over by the racetrack. Not too far from the mall. And we're just looking for this dude. Went in a big circle. We went to Taco Bell twice. That's how you know we went in a huge circle and we were just driving in a circle. I'm like, can we just leave this kid? Like, I feel bad for saying it like that, but can we just leave him? Can we not just say like, hey man, maybe next time, you know, it's kind of a hassle to look for you. No, you know, because we're the most bored people in the world. Not true. But we had to go get this guy. We just had to get him. Like I said, it was just our mission to go get this dude. And so we did. We finally found this guy. He walked across from the racetrack to go stand in the parking lot alone, looking like a creep under the street light. I'm like, bro, we're not picking up this dude. And they'd be like, yeah, that's him. I'm like, never are we picking up a hitchhiker under a street light. And of course, me asking questions, I'm like, how long have you been talking to this dude? Please tell me it hasn't been a day, because if it's just a day, he's not getting in his car. I'm not flowing with that, bro. I'm not feeling those vibes, bro. Like, if he's just someone you met today, he's got to go. Okay, he's gonna have to hit the road, the dusty trail. He's got to hit the road runners, aka his feet are gonna be on fire. Because I was not trying to deal with that type of smoke, my friend. Like, no. Not today, man. No. Not this guy. No. So, of course, she told me that, nah, I knew him for a little while, all that good stuff. I'm like, okay, so at least you know him, but I don't know him. He act a fool, that's on him, you know. But we picked this dude up, you know, we driving around. Now we're all 4 of us are in the car. So now we're just sitting in a box formation, you know, because he's in the front with the driver. I won't say their names because I don't know how they would feel about that. But he's sitting in the front with the driver. I'm sitting in the back with the other passengers. So it's 4 of us total. It's like a box formation or a really weird game of tic-tac-toe. I'm right here. He's like right here. And then one girl's right here and then the other girl's right there. So like 4 squares, but kind of ranged out in a way. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, so we're just driving around and figuring out what to do. So it made it worse. I'm like, we picked this dude up. I'm thinking like he got an idea of what we could do. He gets in the car, he doesn't even know what we're gonna do. So we just driving around, wasting gas. Well, not even wasting gas. I think her tank was full. But in my head, I'm like driving around, wasting gas. And then we just all came down to it and said like, yo, let's go to a karaoke bar. This karaoke bar was called Iron Thunder or something like that. And I can't remember exactly where it is, but that was funny. So I go to Iron Thunder with my friends, and I literally was not expecting what I expected. Like, I expected it because it was a weekend. I expected it to be like stupid packed, like ridiculously packed. But nah, it's just a bunch of, you know, I guess a couple of old dads in there, and grandfathers, maybe a couple of ladies in there who just came to sing karaoke, half drunk, I would say, because of how they would slur their words. And yeah, that's pretty much where that went from there. And then after we went inside, we all got bored of sitting inside because we were just sitting at a table for like absolutely no reason. We just didn't want to sit outside for like a little bit because there was a lot of people out there. And then check this out, as we were sitting inside, so we were just talking about, oh, we're like, you know, we're thirsty, you want to send a drink or whatever. Being that, I think I was the only one that had money, or me and somebody else, I don't remember. Being that one or two people only had money, no one, I mean, between me and the other person, we didn't offer about buying the drinks, because I don't think I heard it clearly about the drinks until like after we went outside. But when that conversation was being talked about, all of a sudden, like 4 drinks just like come to the table. And when I mean drinks, I don't mean alcohol. You people, you twisted mind people. We had soda, we had water, you know, PG. And yeah, so some person just offered to buy us drinks from the distance. I'm like, this ain't no movie scene. We ain't about to go clubbing with you, bro, because you bought us drinks. I'm like, I'm not feeling those odds. So yeah, so the waitress comes back. She's like, the gentleman across the way said he overheard you guys speaking about beverages, and he brought it upon himself to pay for your beverages. My heart was like, oh, that's awesome, thank you, like, you know, let this person know, thank you. But then again, I was nervous that this dude was gonna come over here and be like, so which one are you single? That type deal. I'm like, I'm not trying to be, I'm not ready for that. That's odd. Don't do that. If that was your intentions, don't do that. Thank you for getting the drinks, but don't try anything other than just the drinks. All right, buddy, because I don't swing that way, partner. All right, so, you know, keep that to yourself, homeboy. But anyways, we got beverages. Thank you to that one person. I don't even remember his name, but we did get beverages, we did have something to drink, etc., etc. So we step outside and sat at the little booths outside because we got bored of sitting inside because it was super loud. We couldn't really hear each other talk, or we had to literally text each other just to have conversations. Like, we literally text each other through Messenger just to communicate with each other. To me, that's hilarious. That's truly hysterical. And then at one point, I believe somebody got on live, and I'm just commenting like bull crap on the live stream. I'm just like talking mad crap. And they just like, as soon as I said that, they turned the camera around, but you're right there. I'm like, you're right, you're absolutely right. But then, like I said, we went outside because we couldn't hear each other inside. So when we went outside, this man happened to see me and the other young man with the 2 girls. And he walks up. I guess he assumed that, you know, none of us were dating, which we're not. The one dude and the one girl, I think, were talking, but they weren't dating. So I guess he assumed that, you know, hey, they aren't dating. So I'm gonna try to swindle my way into the middle of that. Keep in mind, this man is drunk. I won't say he's drunk to the point that he's gonna collapse, but he's drunk enough to say that if he was sober, the way he approached us probably wouldn't be the same as he is now drunk. I just thought it was funny. But he walks up to us. Of course, we're chit-chatting with him because we found it entertaining for the most part. Not in a mean way. We wasn't making fun of him or nothing like that. We were just going along with the little charade. You know, we were just having fun and getting our laughs and giggles out of it. So he comes over, he tries to talk to the 2 girls, and me and the other young man just sitting there like listening to him. And of course we pull that one line like, hey, that's my sister. Being that, you know, we kind of are close to the point that I call everyone brothers and sisters. Like, if I feel close to you to the point that I feel like we have a good enough bond, I call you my brother, I call you my sister. It just depends on how close we are. So we was like, hey, these are our sisters, you know, chill out type deal. In a playful way, we just like, yo, my dude, back up or get whacked up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we didn't do all that because, you know, he's drunk. So we pretty much just say that like, hey, those are our sisters, making it be known, like back down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, these are sisters? He's like, y'all don't look alike. I'm like, we're all adopted. I'm feeding into this fire with gasoline right now. He's like, y'all don't look alike. I'm like, we're all adopted. Like, we're all siblings, but adopted, like 4-way adoption. And we just like to hang out with each other a lot. So I guess he's believing this and going on with it. He's like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's like, how did you guys meet? I'm like, we was adopted. We lived in the same house, etc., etc. Feeding into this. Like, I just entertained this conversation to the maximum. And then once we left the situation about us being adopted, he just kept coming back to the table, just sitting at the table, looking at us all crazy. Being that he's drunk, we're not paying it no attention. We're just on our P's and Q's, because if he starts acting stupid, either A, we're gonna have to do something, or B, we're gonna have to walk off. My first intention is to walk away, because we don't really want to have no conflict with no drunk dude. We don't know what his buddies are. We don't know if they're drunk. We don't want that type of smoke. You know what I'm saying? We just want to have fun and hang out and drink our sodas and chill out. So we didn't want the vibes to be killed by a drunk guy, but then again, we was on our toes, because if things happen, we were ready for it. So at this point, me and the other young man kind of like moved closer to the two girls. So this drunk guy wouldn't try no stupid stuff. Because we don't know this dude, he's drunk, he's outside, keeps coming up to us. So our first mindset is like, if this dude acts up, protect them as well as protect ourselves. Because we didn't want that situation to escalate. And it's pretty much what we did. We talked with the guy, kind of like talked him out to the point that he just stopped coming back over. It was hilarious. I wish I could tell you more about it, but I don't want to make this video too long. But it was just a funny situation. And then we leave from there, and we had to drop homeboy off. We had to drop the young man off. And he lived kind of far. I think it was like Mooresville or a little bit further than that. I don't remember. So that drive was literally like 2 hours and a half, maybe 3. I don't remember. It was going to be a long ride. Me not knowing what time it is, because, I was one to have my phone being dead all the time. Sadly to say, I had a crappy phone. Sometimes it'll just die fast for no reason. Like I've had that phone for so long, to the point that if I would have charged it overnight and it's on 100% before I left, I can use that phone for like 10 minutes and it's already on like 50%. And then next thing you know, another 5 minutes, it'll be about dead for no reason. I don't even use it that much. Don't get me wrong, I'm a person that's always on his phone. But at that time specifically, I really wasn't, because I was trying to figure out what we were doing, where we were going, etc., etc. So I was just asking questions. Usually we know what we're doing, but I don't know, this particular night we just didn't. So we had to drop this young man off. Man, oh man, this is when things got wild. So my first intention, I'm like, yo, just bring me home, or back to the house that I was staying at in Kannapolis, and y'all go drop him off. But then because we was at Iron Thunder is like the closest to where he lived. So we had to go from Iron Thunder to where he lived, a little bit further from there. So I'm like, dang it, I'm already in the pickle, you feel what I'm saying? I have no control, I'm not a driver, so I can't really complain. They said they'd drop me off as soon as we drop him off. I'm like, cool. We were closer towards his way, so I'm like, all right, whatever. So we getting ready to drop this dude off, right? So we're driving up the road, making my way down. Okay, so we were driving down the road to drop him off. We're all chatting in the car, we're all laughing, have her heat blasting because her windows did not want to roll up. And we just get to chatting, right? And I hear a thump. I just hear a thumping noise, right? And then I'm like, yo, pull over. She's like, okay. So we pull over. And I'm like, there's something thumping in the back of the car. Of course, me making jokes, I'm like, you got a body back there? And then, of course, she plays back like always. I'm like, cue to go. Well, I can't walk back in the dark, But, nah, I came to a realization that she had like a flat tire. And I'm like, okay. do you have one, like a spare in the trunk? She's like, yeah. Check this out. The spare she had in the trunk was the original tire. So with that being said, the spare was already on the car. So she had a flat original tire and a flat spare tire. My guy, I was tight. I was so mad about the situation already. So we see I think a volunteer fire station or whatever, and we kind of pull into their parking facility, and with luck, the lights are on. So we're thinking, okay, maybe we could ring the doorbell, maybe we could knock on the door, somebody come down to help us out. No one answers. No one answers. And I took fire academy classes when I was in high school, and they're pretty, like, as far as I know, they're pretty fast at responding to situations, rather it being a call or if you just have to get help from them at the station. As far as I know, they're pretty good at that. So for them at this particular station to not answer the door or whatever, we even looked we even looked up their actual station's name on one of the phones that were charged up enough, and we even called them. No answer. And the second time we called, I think someone did answer, but they said that something about the engine. I don't remember. And we were like, well, we're outside, and next thing you know, the phone hung up. I'm like, okay, so does that mean they're coming outside? Like, my next thought was like, do they think we're gonna try to hurt them? I'm sure there's cameras out here, and they have this one garage open. So I'm like, if somebody was gonna harm somebody in there, they could have easily did it. You know, you got this one garage door open, and then you don't live far from like wilderness. Like if you look out towards the straight look end of that garage, it's just trees and houses further back. I don't know. I didn't think that was a safe idea just because of where they were at, but they did it anyway, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so we pull into that driveway to see if someone can help us. No one answers. No one picks up the phone. No one wants to help us. We're sitting at like 3 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning in this fire station driveway. I did not know what time it was until I got back to the house. I only know it was 3 something because we got back to the house at like 4 in the morning. When I mean we, I mean me and that young man, because my mom doesn't know this part. 2 officers had to bring us home. Now, if I would have said this to my mom like back then, she would have thought I probably got into some trouble. Maybe, I don't know. My mom, you know, I love my mom, but sometimes she probably would have thought I got into some type of trouble. But they had 2 police officers that we called, who came and picked us up from the area, and they brought us home. Before all of this, they're just having the time of their life. They're laughing, they're giggling. Don't get me wrong, it was a funny situation, but I was mad. I'm like, yo, I just want to go back to the house. I'm tired. It's cold outside. We're stuck with a flat tire. It escalated to the point that my anger made me want to sit in the trunk. Like, I literally sat right there in the trunk while they're outside the car laughing. I'm like, if somebody don't call the cops, if somebody don't call somebody so we can get back on the road, if I can get back to the house and go to sleep, I'm not going to be a happy camper. So they're just laughing about the situation and everything. I'm like, it's all good to have, you know, a good outlook on it. But yo, it's dumb late, you know what I'm saying? So the cops took us home. We leave the car at the fire station. Thankfully, they didn't tow it. You know, she got back there in the morning with her grandfather to fix the tire and get it back to the house. And then that ride was really uncomfortable. Okay, like sitting in the back of a cop car, even though you're not handcuffed, it's probably like the most uncomfortable feeling, because you're like, even though you know you're not in the cop car for nothing crazy or any charges, you're just getting a ride back home because you're stranded. So like I said, I just felt uncomfortable. The officer, I stuttered on that word. The officer was really chill, really cool, and it still felt kind of uncomfortable because we had to start off in the other officer's car. He was just mute, like he didn't say a word. I'm like, yo, did we just get a rogue cop? Like, is he gonna pull some stunt or something? So I'm just quiet, not making a move, just looking out the window and just minding my business. But the one that dropped us off at the house I was staying with, he was cool. The dude turned on all types of music. Like, he was probably the chillest cop I've ever met, next to the one that I knew from the high school I used to go to. But yeah, he was really cool. He was really funny. He was really chill. And he was like, do I have to come inside and talk to the parents? No. I'm like, no. No. Like, the people I stayed with were cool. But I can just imagine the conversation that they're having with these folks at this time in the morning and what they may think happened when I was out for the cops to drop me off. So I was like, no, it's cool. I'll talk to them, let them know what happened. And that's what I did. I let them know what happened. Me and the young man stayed. He stayed the night with me at the house that I was staying with. They were cool about it. I told him that he lived a little bit too far out for the cops to take him because it wasn't in their, like, I guess, jurisdiction or whatever. They couldn't go that far out, I guess.